this, Mr. Stringer, is not just about one company, however troubling we may find its practices. It's about how our economy works. Now, the Minister's Secretary of State hosted and attended the first meeting of the University College London Commission for Mission-Orientated Innovation and Industrial Strategy, chaired by world-leading economist Mariana Mazzucato. In her new book, she argues that the two faces of financialism are at the heart of capital's fundamental failure. The first is the way in which the financial sector has stopped resourcing the real economy, making stuff. Instead of investing in companies which make stuff, finance is financing finance. The second is the financialisation of the real economy, with industry driven by short-term returns. This results in lesser reinvestment of profits and rising burdens of debt in a vicious cycle which makes industry ever more driven by short-term considerations. So this kind of finance is not neutral, but changes the nature of what it finances. And as you have seen, with Melrose's approach, for example, to managing brush, their short-termism leads them to neglect the difficult, costly business of maintaining sunk assets like factories or developing new technologies, as we heard about in the automotive. Their expenditure on R&D is less than 1/5 of GKN's proportionally. Their track record indicates they will instead focus on strategies such as offshoring jobs that neglect people in place but provide an immediate financial return. A Melrose takeover would therefore lead to the financialisation of GKN, placing UK jobs under threat and eroding our industrial base. And this was very much the point that the COO of the commercial division at Airbus, Tom Williams, was making when he said it would be practically impossible for his company to give new work to GKN after a Melrose takeover. But as I said, this is not about Melrose alone, but how our country's economy works. As the leader of the opposition said last month at the EEF conference, and I quote, "The next Labour government will be the first in 40 years to stand up for the real economy. We will take decisive action to make finance the servant of industry, not the masters of all."